Hello, everybody.
Good
Thank
evening.
you for tuning in to another episode of Never Mind the Bollocks. So, today is Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, everyone. Just kidding. So, I'm kind of like really grossed out by people who are like, oh my God, let's support our veterans. At the same time, they like cheer on wars to create more veterans.
Yep.
It seems pretty hypocritical, especially, the politicians who like who's like responsible for like over 1 million deaths, and people who won't say a single word about Palestine, but they're like, oh my God, we need to remember our soldiers and this and that. But when I think of soldiers, all I can think about right now is the ones that are literally putting reviews of like businesses in Palestine that they've demolished and saying like 0 stars, would not recommend, it's a pile of rubble,
Oh my
things like
God.
that. That's who
Yeah.
I think of.
Yeah.
So no, not everyone in the service is like that, but I mean, yeah, I don't really like feel like celebrating.
Me
What
neither.
about yourself?
Yeah, it should be obvious to people that these kind of blatant displays of affection for veterans is creepy and weird, and it's focusing on the wrong thing, right? We should be focusing on making less veterans, like you said.
Right.
I feel like it's some kind of weird propaganda that's kind of like baked into the country.
And we don't, I mean, if you really want to celebrate veterans, can we, I don't know, give them housing? Give them actual
Yeah.
health care, that they're not on a waiting list, or have to drive miles, or excuse me, like my uncle who has hearing aids, he has to go hours to get his hearing aid checkups and stuff. Like, this
Yeah.
happens to veterans all the time. And I mean, that would actually make their lives better, not just like standing there once a year and like, oh, you're so great. Like, how about trying to make their lives better? I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of a way to say thank you.
Yep.
Let's
You're
see.
spot on.
As always. No, I'm just kidding. I see about 25 people watching on Twitter. Please smash like and subscribe. It helps my algorithm. Also, throw some comments in there. We love to read comments. So we have a number of interesting things tonight. It's the first Never Mind the Bollocks since Tuesday, since we do this Mondays. So we're going to
Yeah.
go over some election fun.
Yeah.
So why not start it off with Shit-Libs gone mad? Woo-wee. And of course, we start with AOC.
We do.
I do not want to do 4 more years of resistance nonsense under Donald Trump. Okay. Like, good God. Like, do we remember what it was like waking up every day and there was some shit going on? I do not want to do 4 more years of resistance nonsense.
Yep.
I mean, I feel for her, you know? I mean, like, it's got to be hard making bank and, you know, having power to like change things, and you know, it's got to be rough. I feel for her. And you know, the whole resist thing, I mean,
Yeah.
worked incredibly well. I always said fuck resist, I say revolt, because resist what? I resist this, cool, they're still gonna bulldoze you. What the fuck does resist even mean? It's so fucking stupid, and all I
It's
see are those pink
empty.
hats. Like, resist my ass, that's what. So now she's like, are we really 4 years of resistance? What did you resist? Please tell me. What did you resist, AOC?
Yeah, and she says, do you remember what it was like waking up every morning and there was some new shit going on? Well, that's happening right now.
Yep.
I don't know what she's smoking.
She's just mad because fucking who was it? Someone said, who the fuck was it? Oh, I can't think of who it was. They were interviewing her about Kamala, and they said, you're going to be the next Speaker of the House. We played it on here, and she
Oh,
got this
yeah.
huge smile on her face. And so she's salty. She's not getting that now.
Was that with Tim Walz or was that somebody else?
Yeah.
I
It was Tim Walz. Yeah, it was Tim Walz. Yeah.
don't know.
Sorry. Not
Sorry,
sorry.
AOC. Not this time.
I feel for you. Cry to your fiance, who is like a bajillionaire.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. What else do we have next? I think we have some more exciting videos. There were so many. I just chose some at random because they were all just equally as cringe.
I hope you find some peace of mind.
If you look at the caption of their video, there is a lot of people on multiple platforms stating that Native Americans voted 65% for Trump over Harris, essentially blaming Indigenous people and Indigenous voters for the election being lost. Now, I want to note that Indigenous people voting for Trump are Indigenous people voting for their own genocide and unaliving. But out of over 1.5 million Indigenous people in this country, only 23,000 approximate voters voted in this election. It is also worthy to note that Native American and Indigenous voter suppression was at an all-time high on Tuesday. What was swept under the rug during the news is that there were multiple bomb threats on reservations while people were voting. Voter machines were broken and were down the whole day.
Yeah.
And tribes had to even sue the same day to keep their polling stations open because of the massive lines that they were having because of the voter suppression that was at hand. I want to also note that there is a significant portion of the Indigenous population within this country that did not vote whatsoever, because the sentiment amongst that voter bloc is that our genocide will be happening either way with either candidate, and it's been shown that neither candidate cares for our people. During the apology that Biden did for Indigenous people experiencing residential schools and genocidal policies and trying to apologize for that on O'odham lands, my people's lands, 100 miles away, an hour and a half away, he's stealing our lands while trying to apologize for taking our culture away in the same breath. Also at that event, O'odham women, O'odham queer people, O'odham disabled people, our most vulnerable within our marginalized community already were assaulted and beaten by police and tried to be silenced because we spoke out on how can you apologize for a genocide and then perpetuate it overseas against our Palestinian relatives. And if you look and research, our communities have so much solidarity with one another that a couple years back, our own people, our own tribal members went to Palestine and vice versa. To see this type of like overwhelming sentiment on putting blame to indigenous voters is kind of lacking context and nuance, because there is a lot of people that felt that we were going to be unalived, and we are going to be unalived either way under Trump or Harris. I think this is a given, but the small sample size of indigenous voters that were tallied in the analytics does not represent us and our perspectives as a whole, as an entire people. So I think that just goes without saying.
Remember, for the past few weeks, probably even 2 months, maybe, I've been saying on pretty much every show, I am so scared what this election is going to do to people of color, because they were already blaming Black men, indigenous peoples, and Muslims. They were already blaming it. Well, if Trump wins, it's, and the amount of racism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, like, we can't have Trump because he's racist. Y'all are racist as fuck. Are you kidding me? You are so fucking racist. And I totally understand why they're all shaving their heads. It fucking fits. They're saying the most disgusting fucking shit. Like, oh my God, man. Do I see Antoine?
Antoine says the bigotry right now is crazy. LOL.
It is. It's fucking bananas. It's, so many of us knew that the Shit-Libs, they have that underlining racism. They always have, but like, it is out in full force. Like, they're not even hiding it now. And like this gentleman said, like, that is so disgusting. Like, you are blaming an entire people's. Why didn't, and look, I know I'm a white woman and I'm fucking embarrassed. Like, I'm fucking embarrassed because I don't want to be associated with these people we're going to be showing videos of. Because how about you, as white women, step the fuck up and make phone calls and knock doors for your girl? Why the fuck is it on everyone else? It's like, I don't want you, I want her to win because I don't want your lives to be worse under Trump. And then they're saying things like, oh, I can't wait till Gaza turns into a parking lot. Things like that. Like, they're literally wishing the genocide gets worse because Trump won. That is fucking TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, at its height.
Yep. That's nasty.
It's so disgusting. What do we have next, even though I'm already cringing?
Joy Reid says something.
Oh, Antoine, I want to hear what you have to say about this. I'm interested.
Hey, I just want to give some free advice to the white progressives, particularly white progressive women who may be thinking about marching against the Trump victory, maybe putting back on the P-word hats and doing that thing. I would just say probably don't send any of those invites to any Black women you know. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're not coming. Like, I'm pretty sure Black women have resigned from the Save America Coalition, Save Democracy Coalition, and definitely the Save the Democratic Party Coalition. I think that's probably not happening. I would just keep those invites maybe among your own friends, because I don't think they're coming. But yeah, I think Black women are now on the Save Black Women, Prioritize Black Men, and prioritize Black communities, Black businesses, and that, and the Black spaces. But Save America, Save the Democratic Party, I don't think that's happening.
Interesting.
Which I am down with. Like, let's fucking go. I'm down with that. What I'm not down with is her keeping her job after saying all that, because she's a hypocrite. But whoever is watching, I know I see Antoine in the comments, but whoever's watching, Please, but I'm really curious about what people think about that, because I know my friends of color who I've spoken with, they are not gonna be going. Like, she's right in that respect.
Antoine says, I think it's stupid as hell to speak on a group of people. I agree with what she says, but there are plenty of black Trump supporters. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And who does she know? Who's she speaking for? A lot of elite people. So, no, maybe they won't be marching, but like on January 20th, right? Inauguration day, there is
Yeah.
going to be a huge Palestinian protest. Huge. Like, I mean, we have everyone, like Jill, Claudia, like so many groups, Medea, everyone's going to be there. It's 2 months away and it's already like blowing up as far as getting around to people. We're turning it into a Palestine Day instead of an inauguration day, because that's what it
Awesome.
should be.
Good.
Take your stupid ass pink hats, burn them. I don't give a shit. They're so dumb. They're so ridiculous. It's a cult. Just throw them shits out, leave it home. And I was legit gonna say to my group that I organized with, I was gonna say, you know what, we should go and like, you know, like take over the fucking Shit-Lib march and turn it into a Palestine march. But
Hell
we don't
yeah.
have to because we're doing our own. But you know, I mean, I'm so sick. You know, they did this shit in 2016 for a woman who's married to an R word. You know, who you cannot at the same time be like, I'm a feminist, at the same time of saying, fuck every woman who didn't vote for Kamala. Fuck, I will punch every woman who didn't vote for Kamala. These are all things people are saying. So, like, you don't think that we are smart enough, wise enough, brave enough, whatever, to make our own decisions. You are saying if we didn't fall in line, that doesn't fall under the, you know, under feminism. They don't want equality, they want superiority, which is bullshit. That's not feminism. You know, these are the people who, men were there marching in 2016 with them, and they were like, this is for women, and like yelling at men and stuff. Like, what the fuck's your problem? This is solidarity. I don't give a fuck if what if you have a penis. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what does it matter? It's that, you know, and we're seeing girls who are like, don't have sex with your husbands anymore. Like,
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that right about now.
it's so insane. Like, that'll prove them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
I would go as far to say that I would purchase a Glock. And if you and I are walking on the same street and it's dark out and you're a white male, you have to be white for this to count, okay? If you're a white male, even if you don't approach me, I will shoot you. Yeah, I know. So, has to be on the street, you and I, has to be at nighttime. During the day, not so much, but at nighttime, okay? And you have to have very white skin, and be a male. I would go as far to say that.
And that's where it loops. Wow, what a crazy person.
And the video's still not taken down. Like, okay, but here's the thing. How many white men voted for Kamala? A buttload. So you're talking
Doesn't
about
matter.
just offing them, and most of them probably voted for stupid ass anyway. Like, these people are like, I don't want Trump because he's violent. Like, what the fuck? You are literally saying you are going to buy a Glock.
I'd like to see her try to use one of those.
Like, they have to have very white skin. Oh my god, just shut up. You're
Come at
psycho.
me.
Shut
Come
up.
at me, lady. I'm white. I'm very
Yeah,
white.
like be careful. Yeah, what about my husband? I'm worried about him too. Where does she live?
I don't know,
Oh
but I
my
think
word.
we have another video of
Oh
I
yeah.
think it's the same lady. The volume is a little lower on this one, so oh well.
I have decided that my personal revenge for this 2024 election fiasco is to be a menace to men on dating apps. I'm going to re-download probably just Tinder and Hinge and match with every single man. Say I'm down for hookups. Give them a Google Voice number. Talk with them. Say, yeah, I'll come over. Yeah, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm 5 minutes out. What do you mean? I'm here. Don't you see me? Guess what? I won't be there, and I'm gonna ruin your plans. Anytime you make plans with me, I will lie to you, stand you up, ghost you. I'm just gonna be a menace. Cause why not? Men don't like women. I'm gonna start actively practicing misandry, and that's my personal goal for 2024.
She said it there right at the end. Men don't like women.
Right.
Because
Like,
Trump won, that means men don't like women.
what about the like white men for Harris group? Like who
Doesn't
was
matter.
doing like texting and shit. Like, sorry if you're a white dude who voted for Kamala, you're still in deep shit. Like, so to put this into perspective, like standing a few guys up and ghosting a few guys is fighting against Trump. How? I just want to try and understand this. Like, how is that crippling Trump in any kind of way? I don't get it. Like,
It's just furthering the gender divide.
right. Like, these chicks are out here saying, fuck the patriarchy, but at the same time, they're doing shit like this, saying, withhold sex and I'm going to do dating apps and stuff. You are literally the patriarchy. Like, you are literally like, patriarchy thinks of us women as merely sexual beings, and you are making it all about sex. How does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's such hypocrisy.
that's a good point.
Because I'm going to be one of the very few women who are going to be like, yeah, you know what? I stand up for men. And I did in 2016 too. And I got so much shit from women because they're like, you don't stand with women. And I'm like, no, that's the problem. I stand with everyone. That's the thing. It's all about like I believe in class war. I believe in these things that like everyone should have equity. And when you feel like people should have equity, that means that, women are not better than men. Men are not worse than women. They are like people are individuals, they're not a monolith. So I haven't called myself a feminist in like 8 years. I don't want to call myself a feminist because those are the kind of people who say they're feminists and they're disgusting.
Yep. Antoine says, yeah, she is just trying to confuse the public and not actually help.
Yep. How
True.
did you fight against Trump? I stood some guys up on a nap. Oh my God. Yes, Queen. Yes. Oh my God. I'm sure he really felt that.
Yeah. And how are those guys going to feel?
They're
Those
going to
guys
be
are
so
gonna-
sad, especially if it's Tinder. They're going to be like, oh my God, I'll go get laid somewhere else. But I'm so sad. I just think it's funny that they're like not even discriminating against like who they do this to. If they do things like this, it's probably going to be Kamala voters, which just makes me so giddy that they're going to be like standing up people who actually voted for their candidate.
Hmm. All right, you shared this. So you're in Pennsylvania, and the Dems are continuing to canvass to see if there were election irregularities. They're doing it all across our state.
Legit. Like, I'm
Wow.
still getting shit every day by email, by Mobilize, that people are still out here knocking on doors in Pennsylvania trying to see, because I don't know if you guys have seen, but like 20 million missing ballots has been trending, and like 20 million ballots and 20 million ballots short and 20 million, because there's this zero tangibles, zero receipts. But Shit-Libs are on Twitter saying there's 20 million missing ballots. And how they're coming up with this number is because they said that the voter turnout was higher than 2020, and there's like 18 million less votes. So this is why they're saying 20, because obviously, however, if you do the math, because of the Electoral College, it does not even mean she'd win. So legit, my response to that shit is, you are 8 years and $27 short. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
Yep.
We sat there for years telling you guys, providing you proof, giving you receipt after receipt, tangibles, nonstop. Bruce Spiva literally stated in a court of law that they cheated. Literally said it. You guys didn't care. You guys said conspiracy theory for the past 8 fucking years. And
Yep.
we actually had proof. You guys have no fucking proof whatsoever. You're just having a fucking hissy fit. So which is it? You hate these people because they voted for Trump, or there are more votes who didn't vote for Trump and they're just missing? Like, which is it? I don't get it.
Yeah, pick one, please.
They will never, ever, ever take accountability.
Yeah, like I'm gonna trust some kind of election integrity effort coming from one of the major parties. Never would I ever trust that.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Are there missing votes? I wouldn't be surprised. We've seen it before. Is it enough to change the winner? Fuck no. And if you didn't care in 2016, I don't care now.
Truth.
It's funny though, because like everyone's saying it, like I'm scrolling through the comments because I have a death wish apparently, and people are like in there and they're like, you know, where are you getting this from? Are there articles, videos? And they're like, oh, I've been seeing it posted on Twitter. So it's literally just people saying 20 million missing votes. That's their proof.
Yep.
This, I don't know if you guys remember, but this is the one and only K-Hive Kenny. Oh, K-Hive Kenny, man. Anyone on Twitter back in 2020? Ooh, K-Hive Kenny. Oh my God, there was no one more hateful, more disgusting. He said the most disgusting anti-Semitic things about Bernie. Oh my God, he is just the most disgusting person. And in his profile, it says he's a teacher. So
Oh no.
we all remember K-Hive Kenny. We have all dealt with him, and he's back.
There's nothing you can do. I will never fucking turn out for that bitch. I'd rather stay at fucking home and do nothing, bitch. Do the same fucking shit that y'all did in 2016. How about y'all beg me? How about y'all plead to me? How about y'all talk about how many motherfuckers are gonna die because y'all are gonna fucking put up damn Trump? How about you motherfuckers give a shit about Black lives, bitch? I will never vote for that motherfucker. The same motherfucker who wanted to primary Barack Obama. The same motherfucker who said Barack Obama was a goddamn failure. The same Barack Obama who pulled us out of the goddamn recession. The same one who bailed out the auto industry, bailed out the fucking big banks. I remember a goddamn time when they was turning motherfuckers away at the bank, telling them that they couldn't get their own motherfucking money to pay their own motherfucking bills, pay their own rent, pay their own mortgage. Niggas was almost going fucking homeless, but it was Barack Obama who turned the shit around. Tell me what the fuck Bernie did. Bernie is a fucking failure. How the fuck you get your motherfucking mouth to even say that shit, Bernie. Your ass ain't did shit. How dare you? How fucking dare you? He's the one who fucking put up the Affordable Care Act, bitch. What the fuck you did, bitch? Your ass ain't did shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. If it wasn't for Barack Obama, I wouldn't have motherfucking health care. I'm a motherfucker with pre-existing fucking conditions, bitch. Who the fuck are you? How dare you? And you gonna prop up this white motherfucker and act like his ass is fucking goddamn God, and you're gonna erase fucking history and shit on the first black president? How fucking dare you? Fuck you. And you gonna fucking praise Joe Rogan, who called us fucking apes. The same motherfucker who said nigga 25 fucking times. How dare y'all? How dare fucking you? Fuck you, Bernie.
So, first
What
of
the
all,
fuck?
what does he mean? He tried to primary Barack Obama. Like, yes, he did do that stupid shit about the birth certificate, but Trump didn't try to run for anything until 2016. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Nobody tried to primary Obama. And
Yeah.
what is this he did for homeless people again? What was that? Oh, okay. Yeah, because we're so much fucking better off. Like, the only props I've ever given Obama in my entire life, and only will give, is because he did take away that pre-existing clause for healthcare, for insurance. That changed my life, and it changed many people's lives. And I will always be thankful for that. That's one thing. Everything else was fucking disgusting. So, yeah, broken clock, blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
dude's fucking unhinged. And it's been 8 years and he's still fucking nuts. What's that say?
I'm unfamiliar with this guy, but a comment from TL Orca says, is he getting paid or is it childhood trauma?
You know, I don't know, but I'm telling you, his timeline, like his bio on Twitter says he's a school teacher, and that's why all of us kept freaking the fuck out. Because it's like, why would you say that? Because that makes me want to like kind of find what school you're teaching at and give them a heads up.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's paid, because he's got some serious some serious like the voice squealing and stuff like that.
Antoine in the comments says Fed alert, and he also says
Right?
so many actors online, LOL.
I know. We've been saying that for years, that he's totally a Fed or something.
TL Orca says he has to be an influencer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, he's an influencer in the respect that we all make fun of him. That's the thing. His account gets taken down non-stop. He's on his like 30th one. I don't even know what it is now. But yeah, he's something. K-Hop Kenny, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I have trauma every time I watch him. I'm like, oh my god, are you gonna like punch me through the screen? Jesus.
He might. All right, here's another one.
I will make it my life's mission, my dying wish, that none of you weirdos can hide in the future. You can't lie to your kids. You can't lie to your grandkids about, oh, it was so confusing. It was hard to see the truth. He was so convincing. I will not let you get away with that. Like, that was not normal. This is not normal. I will make it clear to everyone. Like, I will make sure no one is confused about how things were right now in this very vital, crucial time in American history, that it was not confusing. It was not confusing at all. You just stood for that. You stood with that and for that. Like, I can't emphasize enough, there will be nowhere to hide, and history is going to look back on this and look back on you in a very negative light.
It's almost like she's saying things we've been saying for the past 13 months. I mean, it's almost like that.
Yeah.
The whole like, I won't let people forget that you didn't stand up for this. You know, it kind of sounds familiar. It's kind of crazy. But I mean, in fairness, pushing a button is, I mean, that supersedes a genocide any day. So I understand why they're outraged. It's a lot to try and, deal with. It's a lot.
Yeah. All right, here's another one.
Okay, so since Trump won the election, we're cooked. Yup. I'm gonna be leaving the US and I'm gonna be moving to Hawaii. So we'll see how it goes. And I'll update you guys.
No, this wasn't satire.
Are you sure?
No, it wasn't. Oh my God. He's been it went viral and he's been destroyed. And he's he won't backtrack. He won't. Oh my God. But the thing is, so many people think that, if you're not in the contiguous USA, you're just not. Oh my God. I can't. What's that say?
TL Orca says, I'm throwing my phone.
I am going to Hawaii. But how about all these celebrities? I feel so fucking bad for them because their lives are definitely going to change, depending who wins. I totally understand why they're scared and everything. Their entire life depends on this election. So the fact that they're threatening to go to another country, to one of their many other houses, I think that's a huge deal. And I have a lot of fucking empathy for that. For sure. But then it's also we heard that in 2016, oh my God, if Trump wins, I'm moving to Canada. And literally no one did. But I'm here please do. Please do. Please cut off all media access. Please go off the grid. You won't be missed. Please do. Please.
They're not gonna do that.
I know. Unfortunately, don't tease us. Bono actually made a statement, seemingly in jest, that if Trump won again, he was going to drive his car off a cliff. And we were like, yes, because he's playing all these shows for Israel and stuff for benefit. Benefit for what? They take every fucking penny we have. What do they need a fucking benefit for? So he's playing all these concerts there and stuff, and we were like, well, propaganda. Trump won. Come on, Bono, pay up.
If only. All right. So this says the same women who feared that Trump would impose a dystopian Handmaid's Tale-like system where women are forced to wear colored attire to identify them are the same women now voluntarily donning blue bracelets as a form of self-identification.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is there's a blue bracelet that we need to wear because I want to make sure that nobody ever thinks that I am one of the apparently majority of white women who voted for Donald Trump. I do not want you ever to think that I was one of them. So, is there a particular bracelet? Do we just make it ourselves? Let me know. Send me a link. What do we do? Where do I get said bracelet, or am I just making it myself?
She's deranged.
Thank God I hadn't posted this yet. Is there a Black woman-owned company that we can get these bracelets from? Because, honey, we owe them. We owe them big.
I can't. Ma'am, you're in a cult. You're in a cult.
So is there a particular bracelet? Do we make it ourselves?
Do we just make them ourselves? What if they're different color blue? What if they're a different material? What if I have a blue bracelet I really like, but it has a bit of red in it? Like, is that okay? Or, but you know what's so great? We can all wear blue bracelets. And what are we gonna do? Fucking walk around like with proof of who we voted for? It's the dumbest shit ever. And you know what it made me think of, which is so fucking random? When I was in school, we had this thing back in high school, and I'm 45, so I'm old. But we had this thing where, like, and please tell me in the comments if you had this too, so I don't sound like 100% crazy.
We have
We
a
had
comment
this thing.
saying sobriety bracelet. Is that it?
No, we had these like jelly bracelets, but like they would be different colors by like how like far you'd go with people.
Yeah.
Like pink would be like I made out with them, and like green would be like first base, and like, and I'm like, is that like what this is? Is that like a blue means like, you know, that's what I thought of. I'm like, it's colored bracelets that are supposed to mean something. It's just such a cult. It's so pathetic.
It gives me big deja vu to the COVID masks and how that was politicized. And you could see walking down the street, the person coming towards you, you could see if they were Republican or Democrat based on if they were wearing their mask outside.
You're right. If it was like above the nose or like,
right.
And then they started making ones with political figures on them and stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
All right.
This is so important. This is just a wonderful video.
And to everyone who used their massive fucking platform to encourage people not to vote for Kamala Harris, and to everyone who to these people who use their massive fucking platforms to encourage people not to vote for Kamala Harris when things get worse inside and outside of the US, do not look to Black women for fucking help. Go ask the fucking white man.
Hey, I have a request. Can you also tag me in that caption, in that video? Because I noticed that you only tagged Maya, a Palestinian Arab woman, because I proudly used my platform to deter people from voting for the genocide there, Kamala Harris, proudly. But in the video, you said everyone who used that platform, but you only tagged a Palestinian Arab woman, a Palestinian Arab woman who has been witnessing the decimation of her people for more than a year, choosing to use your platform to create bigotry, anti-Arabness, and Islamophobic comment section. This is not just pathetic, this is pure evil. This woman, essentially, based on her video, came on this app, tagged a Palestinian Arab, and said, well, y'all are getting bombed anyway by white men. Why didn't you let a black woman do it to you for once? And since you said white man and black woman in the video, why do you think it makes difference for Arabs overseas? Why do you think Arabs overseas care about the face or the race or the gender of the person who's clicking on the button that will kill them anyway? And instead of reflecting why Kamala Harris lost these elections, she's blaming Palestinian women. And instead of reflecting of the failure of the approach that Kamala Harris campaign took by like appeasing to centrist Republicans, and at the end of the day, they did not vote for her, she's blaming Palestinian Arab women. And instead of asking Kamala, why did she send Bill Clinton few days to Michigan to shame Arabs and Muslims, to tell them, well, Jews were there before you, and you all are using your people as human shields. He literally said that, and said, you do not have like any rights to the West Bank. It's called Judea and Samaria. She chose to blame Palestinian Arab women. And it goes to show to us, Arabs and Muslims, especially for me, someone who was raised in the Middle East, that no matter what marginalized groups Americans come from, they are also self-absorbed and narcissistic. It's actually fascinating to hear and listen to the discussions that have been going on this app since August, since Kamala became the nominee, of Black people asking others to never demand them their votes. And now, after Kamala Harris loses, we are seeing Black people blaming Arabs and Muslims. Because you saw yourself in a politician who is committing war crimes to our people. We will never ask people specifically based on race or gender for support. Because in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter what demographic you come from. It matters where you stand in collective liberation and your politics. Blame whoever you want. Like, honestly, at this point, we do not care.
And you know what? I've been seeing that the same exact thing where people are making videos like that woman did, and they are only tagging Palestinian, Muslim, Arab. That's the only people they're tagging, but they're saying we blame white people or what have you, but they're only tagging, like, it's pure Islamophobia, and it does stoke racism, Islamophobia, xenophobia, and it makes people unsafe.
I agree. We have a comment from CEB Applejack59. So believe all women unless they are Arab.
Correct.
Yeah.
Applejack, I was actually thinking about you today. It's been a minute. I was thinking about going back to EP, and I was thinking about, I wonder what's up with Applejack. I can't believe you're in here after I was thinking about you a few hours ago. I sent you vibes. Dude. But yes, you are absolutely correct.
We had another comment earlier from Gretel. She says, I had jelly bracelets and someone explained they were sex related. So I guess not everybody was in the know.
Gretel's my best friend in real life. So we have a lot of slumber parties and share stories like that. I knew if she was watching, she'd totally know what I was talking about. She is the one who got me a fucking one Christmas, and I saved it because I am absolutely going to look through it and destroy it and use it for toilet paper at some point. But for Christmas one year, she got me a hardcover book of like Hillary's resistance fans. And it's just these insufferable fucking shit-libs, like pictures of them and statements of them all throughout it. She said she got it at the dollar store. I was like, that makes sense. Makes sense. I digress. Oh, we got another one.
We have more. Liberal tears are still flowing.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave. I'm sorry. No! Why?
This is all prank, right? Like we're just gonna wake up tomorrow morning and everything's gonna go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be like a really bad dream, and none of this.
All I can say is how fucking dare you.
Said that I was fine, said it from the coffin. Remember how I died when you started walking? That's my life. I'll put up a fight.
All right, okay.
Dude, I cannot. And I love all the posts that are like from election day and day after, like, our country officially died on this day. And I'm like, you realize your dude's still president for over 2 months. Like, you're finally acknowledging the fact that he's fucking sucks and he's a genocidal fucking psychopath. Because they are acting like Trump was already elected, but that's because let's look. The one thing, and I was telling my friend this, okay, the past 4 years when Biden's corpse has been president, has anyone stopped talking about Trump? No. They've talked about him just as much as though he's fucking president. And guess what? If he lost, they'd still fucking talk about him 24/7. He hasn't been in office in 4 years, and they have never shut up about him, ever.
He is the designated boogeyman.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my God,
Right.
I can't. This gives me anxiety.
On
I'm like, I had to sit through them. Now you guys do too.
onto another topic, I think.
Oh, you know what? I put a really how do I say this? A very handsome gentleman, a video with a lot of tattoos. I put it in towards the bottom and it goes with what we were just sharing. I found it at the last minute though. He's wearing like a black hoodie.
Is it this guy?
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I honestly debated on saying this, but I really feel like someone needs to speak up. Do you know how fucking embarrassing it is to women overseas that actually don't have fucking rights? Do you know how embarrassing it is to people who can't grow hair, who have cancer? Do you realize how fucking stupid you look shaving your head because you're throwing a temper tantrum because you cannot murder a fucking child? I don't feel sorry for you in the least. I really fucking don't. It's absolutely fucking disgusting, the movement that you guys are doing, the 4B, whatever. I mean, it's great for conservatives. It's not going to be hard to fucking spot you guys, fucking middle-aged women with bald heads wearing blue bracelets. And yet you want to call conservatives the stupidest party? Let me give you a rundown real quick, since you don't know your rights. You can buy a car. You can buy a house. You have a job. You have the freedom of speech. You have the freedom of wearing whatever clothes you want to wear. You're not told how many babies you have to have or can have. And it all comes down to the same cry of help. Men don't fucking care about us. That's because you're fucking terrible at picking men. And let me end on this. Somewhere out there in the world, somebody just got a notification from a doctor saying that they only have 3 months to live. And you're sitting here fucking whining about one little detail. The world does not revolve around you.
Oh, damn.
Hello. Thank you, absolutely gorgeous man, whoever you are. I was like, I have this habit of like seeing like guys like with all these tattoos and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder what they say. And usually they're like not good people. So I was happy to see him and like actually agree with what he said. But that was the first thing I thought of when, you know, you see people, you know, shaving their head as this hissy fit. You know, you do have cancer patients, you have people with alopecia. I saw a video by a woman with cancer who's like a woman with cancer, and she's like, I have a bald head because I have no fucking choice. And it's oh God. But like I said, all of the racist comments, it fits. It absolutely fits.
Yeah.
I think that's all we have for. Oh, what's that say?
Comment from TL Orca says, they're LARPing as Sinead O'Connor now. Little do they know she converted to Islam.
Ooh, good point. Good point. She sure did. And she was free Palestine. Sorry to tell them. That's a very good point.
Yep.
So this one, okay, let me just state straight up. No, I do not like Trump. No, I do not believe Trump. I have no reason to trust Trump. But I do want to address the fact that Trump is saying a lot of things that both allude to him ending the genocide and straight up saying he will end the genocide. As I said, I don't believe him, but the interesting thing is he's going a little harder than Biden ever has. So at least if he's lying, he at least cares enough to lie. So I guess that's good. But
yeah,
the fact that he's already meeting with Palestinians and stuff like that, I mean, he's going about it the wrong way because he's talking about it as saving money. But at this, I don't give a fuck why. Just fucking end it. I don't give a shit. Fucking end the damn thing. But, you know, then I had this thought, and I want to hear what you think, and also people in the comments. since Trump, the past week or so since he won, has been talking about like ending the war in Gaza. Do you guys think that Biden, like what's left of him, will then look at that and say, well, we can't let Trump do it. We need to do it in this next 2 months. So I can claim I can be the hero and end it all. And then if he starts it again, he's the bad guy. Just in case Biden's watching, I'm sure he is.
I'm sure he is.
Your legacy is genocide. Even if you said end the shit today, it's genocide.
He doesn't give a fuck.
No. But I thought it would be interesting if they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you watch this, Trump saying he's going to end the genocide, watch this. Watch this, we're going to do it. And then if it starts again, it's because of him. No, it's because of you still. Because I really don't, like, look, I don't believe that Trump would have started this shit. I don't. And I have no proof if he would or would have not. I just don't believe he would have started it. Would he continue it if it's still going? Maybe, probably. But I don't believe that he would have, because to him, it's all money. You and I know, MMT, we know. But to him, it's all money. Every time he talks about like the war in Afghanistan and stuff, he's like, so much money was spent, so much was added to the debt, this and that.
Yep.
And it's always about money when it comes to.
Yep, the country is a big corporation. And
right. So
he's
like
one of the only people actually talking about it.
Like I don't think he'd be okay with like, you know, billions and billions of dollars constantly going to Israel. He's even talking about stopping giving it to Ukraine. He doesn't like money going elsewhere. So even if that's why he would potentially stop it, I don't fucking care. Just stop it. I don't care. So these articles, I mean, there are so many articles, but some of the ones I pulled are from Al Jazeera and even the Times of Israel.
Yeah, and then this is, I think, the first time I've heard Tiffany Trump at all. How have I not heard of this
me
person?
too.
Okay, good. I'm not going crazy then. Palestinians try to sway Trump, reaching out to Tiffany Trump's relative. So, the Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas has met with Tiffany Trump's father-in-law and written conciliatory letters to the president-elect, a strong supporter of Israel. Huh. There he is. Okay, so that was back in 2017, this photo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the article starts like this. It says, he met with the father-in-law of Donald J. Trump's daughter, Tiffany. He wrote a letter to Mr. Trump condemning the assassination attempt against him, and he quickly congratulated Mr. Trump on his presidential victory. These overtures by Mahmoud Abbas, the leader of the Palestinian Authority, are part of a broad strategy to rehabilitate his once adversarial relationship with Mr. Trump, as the Palestinians reckon with an incoming president who expressed near unreserved backing for Israel in his first term. It says, even Hamas, the armed group that led the October 7th attack, blah, 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 has adopted a more cautious tone towards Mr. Trump. Some Palestinians in Gaza who have endured a devastating Israeli bombardment expressed hope that Mr. Trump could end the war, while others say they are skeptical.
I think it's fair to be skeptical, but I think it's very interesting that I've seen many Palestinian videos where they like, I guess the way one person said it, which of course I'm gonna just fuck up because I'm paraphrasing. The way one person said it was that we know for a fact what it's going to be under Kamala. We know for a fact it's going to be a continuation of what she's been doing.
Yeah.
We don't know for a fact what it's going to be like under Trump. We suspect it'll be the same thing, but we need some fucking semblance of hope. And as fucked up as it is, that potential is better than knowing it's not going to happen.
Yeah, like don't get your hopes up, but it's not going to be more of the same. At least it won't
I
seem
mean,
like it.
yeah, like one of the things I talk about with my Palestinian friends a lot, and you see it online a lot, what is worse than genocide? If Trump wins, it'll be even worse. What is worse than genocide? What? Like, seriously, what?
Yeah. Good question.
I mean, the only thing worse would be if it goes faster. But I mean,
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Here's another one from Al Jazeera. It says, no, Trump will not be worse than Biden for Palestine and the Middle East. That is because the Biden administration simply continued the first Trump administration's foreign policy in the region. Okay. That's kind of what one of the comments was saying. Let me see. Yeah. Trump's a maniac. Trump escalated the Palestinian conflict to begin with.
he did.
This article says, since former U.S. President Donald Trump's election victory, many observers have predicted that his administration would be far worse for Palestine and the Middle East. His pro-Israel rhetoric and threats to bomb Iran, they say, point to his foreign policy intentions. Yet a closer look at U.S. foreign policy over the last 8 years reveals that nothing fundamental will change for the Palestinian people and the region as a whole. This is because President Joe Biden's administration, in effect, continued the policies of the first Trump presidency without major changes. Although there may be surprises and unexpected developments, the second Trump administration will continue in the same direction it set back in 2017 and Biden decided to maintain in 2021. Interesting. Interesting way to frame it there. So it really is, it's all Trump's fault. It's all Trump's fault in the end. That's what they're saying here.
It is, but at the same time, I can't, like, Biden and Kamala still have blood on their hands. You know what I mean? Yeah, he planted the seed, but why didn't they come in and change shit? I mean,
yeah.
I can't just be like, okay, well, Trump, laid the groundwork. Like, no.
It started long before Trump ever came around anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah, I don't know
anyone who's elected is trash. We'll just sum it up like that.
Right, yeah. If you make it all the way to the top, something ain't right.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because, like, I'm sure I'm not the only one who saw this, but a lot of people in Palestine were doing, like, spray painting, like, vote for Jill Stein, things like that, because they knew that she would be the best for them. It's not that they believe she could win. People have a habit of saying that, well, she can't win. We're not voting because she can win. We're voting because we have a conscience. That's the difference.
Comment from Applejack. It sounds like they all escalated the Palestinian conflict. Obama bombed Arab weddings. I remember that.
Yep.
That was a big deal. Antoine says, Kamala and Biden are evil, and evil is evil. There is no lesser.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, fucking They literally had Bibi come talk to Congress.
Yeah.
Just incredible. I was so glad to be out there when he was there in DC, one of tens of thousands of us. It just felt so good to be like, you know what? Nothing between us but a wall, and I am so proud that I am here to just get rid of some of my rage with so many beautiful people that were there. And just because it's like, looking back in history, we want to make sure, what did we do? Did we say things? Yes. Did we post on social media? Yes. But what else did we do?
Right. You gotta get out there and do things. Make
And I
yourself
know
heard.
it's not feasible for everyone. I get that. I mean, I'm disabled. I use a cane. I'm blind. So I get that. And thankfully in the past I've just been fortunate enough that I've been able to like either, raise money for trains or catch a ride with other people or things like that. So it's not always feasible, but I think it's important. Like, I've even done things like held mutual aid fundraisers on my show for people in Gaza and things like that. So there's a lot of things we can do. My local group I organize with, Harrisburg Palestine Coalition, we did pumpkins for Palestine, and people chipped in to get pumpkins, and we had paint and we had carving, and everyone was supposed to do something Palestine related, and it was so much fun, and it brought kids out, and it was we do things like that because it's good to do something. Are we stopping the genocide? No. But at least we're helping people who are going through it, and we're raising awareness.
Yeah. Yep. Being the one to speak up and say this is not right. It's worth the time to do that. It makes a bigger difference than you think.
Yeah.
This is the last article that I wanted to look at. PA says, who's PA? Palestinian Authority says Trump, in a phone call with Abbas, vowed he will work to stop the war, end quote. National Chair of Arab Americans for Trump tells TOI, the Times of Israel, that he spoke with Palestinian Authority leader shortly after the call and was told the conversation was, quote, excellent. He had a phone call on Friday with Mahmoud Abbas and congratulated Trump on his election victory this week, wished him good luck. He expressed his readiness to work with President Trump to achieve a just and comprehensive peace based on international legitimacy. Trump, in turn, said he will work to stop the war, and he looks forward to working with PA leader and all concerned parties to, quote, promote peace in the Middle East.
I mean, the interesting thing is, and I was talking about this with one of my friends, like, Trump was saying the word peace quite a bit, and it's just like, okay, dude. But it's like, then you think about it, and it's like, Biden never said that in his life. He never even said the word. So do I believe him? No. But I think this dude is smart because he's saying, congratulations, I look forward to working with you. Trump is a fucking egotistical twat waffle.
Yep.
And buttering him up is the best possible way to get something done with him.
That's how we have to do it, I guess. Butter Trump up.
Ew.
Sorry for that mental imagery.
I mean, that's what I used to say about Trump in 2016. I'm like, he has such a big ego that honestly, I think if we went up to him and we were like, you don't have the balls to do Medicare for all, you would never do that. I told people you would never do that. He'd be like, really? Watch me.
Yep.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong, the protest will not stop. This is not, we're protesting Palestine because it's Biden and Kamala. Like, no, we are protesting whoever the fuck's in office. Like, Shit-Libs like to go there and say, well, why are you only protesting Democrats? Because they're the one in office. That's why. And when Trump takes over, we're going to protest him. We're already starting January 20th, the day he takes office. Huge Palestine protest, DC.
Hell yeah.
We don't do the selective outrage bullshit.
All right, we might be on a new topic now. I'm not sure. Not sure if it matters.
It's all relative.
The way liberals got real racist real quick is very telling. Y'all posting dumbass shit like this whole time the Latinas who are at risk of getting deported are not the people who voted. Because surprise, smartass, the people who are at risk of deportation are not citizens and cannot vote. Trump had people saying that Puerto Rico was a garbage island. Puerto Ricans are literally US citizens who are barred from voting for president. Y'all got more words for Palestinians and Muslims who did not want to vote in favor of genocide than you do for the person carrying out the fucking genocide. I just saw a white man get on this app talking about,
but I just want to say how disappointed I am in us.
Who the fuck is us? White men are one of the largest demographics in this country, and 75% of them voted for Donald Trump. A white dude trying to group everybody in with him. Whole time, you can't trick me. White women talking about they're scared of the impending Handmaid's Tale future. Whole time I throw a rock into a group of them and there's a 7 out of 10 chance that I'm hitting a Trump supporter? Motherfuckers trying to scapegoat minorities. Whole time we told you that a black woman trying to appeal to white supremacy was not gonna fly. Indigenous people in this country didn't even feel like coming out and supporting Kamala because they could see the way that she was carrying out a fucking extermination of indigenous people overseas was very indicative of how this country treats them on the daily basis. Everyone's saying that Kamala failed to appeal to right-wing centrists, but the reality is she did a very good job at it. Except the right-wing centrists are not white people in the suburbs. They're black, brown, and other marginalized groups who thought that they could overlook genocide as a way of solidifying their own rights. Y'all are mad that minorities across the board didn't come out and support, but every time they try to raise awareness of the sinking ship, you said, shut up, I'm speaking.
We tried to tell her she was speaking.
She was speaking. She wasn't listening.
She wasn't, and she told me I'm speaking personally. That was a great times. I think that was all we had, right? Except for a funny.
There's a couple more, but we can skip to the funny if you want.
Yeah, let's just skip to the funny.
Let's do it.
Did you get what you wanted? Did you get what you wanted? Yeah. This is what you want.
The quote is, white liberals after having to be nice to minorities for years.
Did you get what you wanted? Did you get what you wanted? Yeah. This is what you wanted, huh? He won. I hope you got exactly what you wanted. I hope you got exactly and you know what, for all of the black people who were quote unquote mad at the Democratic Party because they wouldn't give you reparations or they wouldn't promise you a black focused vote or whatever it is. I hope you get Trump, who's not going to promise you anything. He's going to take you back to slavery. I hope he calls you monkey. I hope he calls you jigaboo and a spook. I hope he calls you monkey twice. I hope buck breaking comes back. I hope they call all the black women mammies. I hope all of that happens so you can see what you asked for. I hope that all the Mexicans who were afraid of illegal immigrants just as much as the other people were, I hope those people get sent back to their country. Yeah. I hope all of the Hispanics in Miami-Dade who were just afraid of communism because they came from a country that was just ravaged by it. I hope that they get shown what it looks like to really be ravaged. I hope they get sent back on boats. I hope they have to swim back. I hope their back has to be wet all over again. This is what he's gonna make you do. He's gonna make you swim all the way back. Yeah, all those people in Michigan who didn't support Kamala Harris because she wouldn't say the word weapons embargo. Yeah, I hope they're forced to go through what happened right after 9/11. Yeah, flight risks all of you. He's gonna put all of you in internment camps because that's what you wanted, right? You wanted to be in an internment camp. You wanted that, all right? That's what you wanted. I hope everybody who had religious values until they wouldn't support Kamala Harris. I hope you get forced to have babies. I hope your father assaults you and therefore you're forced to have the baby that you wanted so badly. I hope that's what happens to you. I hope you get every racial epithet And I hope you get all of the disrespect that you deserve. Because remember that people like us tried to stop stuff like that, and you wouldn't listen. So I hope they call you a monkey, a spook, a jigaboo, and I can't even say the other words because I'll get banned. So thank you. Have a good day. I didn't even vote for the motherfucker. What the fuck did I do?
King, fucking king. Can I get some crowns in the comments? Seriously, that is one of the best fucking videos ever. Oh my god, that is so. I didn't even vote for the motherfucker. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, they're grouping everyone together like a fucking monolith, you know?
Yep.
And it's oh my god.
We got a crown in the comments.
I love him. Oh my god, he nailed it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me see.
Yeah, thanks everyone for commenting. We have one last comment from Applejack. Shout out Savage Joy and the Savage Gang. I have to get ready for my long drive back to Ohio. Salute to all. Glad to see you. I will catch a live again.
All right, much love, Applejack. Good to see you.
Yes.
Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. It's been another fun night. Tomorrow night, I will be here with Josh for the Capitalist Death Parade, which is essentially like this, only like more crass and humorous. But yeah, we disagree on things sometimes, so it makes it interesting. I kind of get a little at him sometimes. So I like that because we can like banter back and forth. But yeah, tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern for Capitalist Death Parade, and at the end we always crown we make someone the grand wizard of the parade. So come with your ideas, because man, there's a lot to choose from. But I believe Wednesday night I'm going to do a Twitter Spaces, because it's been a minute since I did one, and I like hearing from you guys. So if you're on X, definitely check my page, because I'm going to do one probably 8 or 9, we'll say 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. I want to do a Spaces and just talk about the election, talk about Palestine, whatever you guys want to talk about, because I like hearing your voices, and I like being able to have an actual conversation with you guys. So thank you so much, Matt, for joining me as always.
My pleasure.
Thanks so much, guys. Much love.
Good night.